So, guy named Sugarbush here has made a reaction video cleverly disguised as a minor correction video to one of my top 10 videos. And I was like, oh shit, piss, fuck, cock, balls, fuck! Now I gotta make a reaction video of my own because I really like this video. Ain't that a bitch? So I was browsing my YouTube the other day and I happened to stumble upon a striking figure, indicating that my top 10 on the hardest levels in Super Mario 3D World was a complete success.
Super Mario 3D World's a different subject.
Okay, I actually said that because I was kind of gauging that just because so many people had seen my 3D World top 10 that maybe they'd want to see a new top 10 on an entirely different subject. So that's kind of what led to this. Well now, I hope you're ready for a sequel. This one in particular was super hard to organize. Super Mario Galaxy is one of my favorite games ever, and as such, I've gotten so good at it that I can now basically get any star I want whenever I want.
But then why do you show that one of you dying?
Because what? Because, hello, this is a hardest star. I'm supposed to die here. Nobody's perfect. You should have mentioned that the footage that I had would end up not making the list at all, because that would have been comedic to hear from you. Reason I said I can basically get any star I want whenever I want is because, well, I am going to say that I'm good at this game, but again, I'm not perfect and I am susceptible to dying a couple times. That I had to time travel back to 2008 when I first played this game to get an idea of how hard each of these levels were.
How do you do that?
I don't. Basically, what I was trying to do here is that since they were so comparable, I was like sort of maybe kind of basing my ratings on how, 10-year-old me would have felt playing these levels. Because it did take me a while to complete the game. Certainly took me a lot longer to complete this game than it did Mario Galaxy 2 for some odd reason, I'm not sure. That was basically the only reason I could think of that would give me some room to work with in actually ranking these levels. And looking back at them, I can kind of see why I ranked them like they did, but then I realized that I did indeed intentionally leave out certain stars for the sake of being different, okay? So that's kind of what led me to announce that I was going to remake that top 10 at the end of my 64 top 10.
You can't literally do that. You have to think. So, that's not very clear.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't resist. Anyway, as with my 3D World top 10, this is based on my opinion, and you'll see right away that no, I didn't just copy-paste from Nate Bandy. Are we clear on that? Good.
Wait, why do you mention Bandy?
Because Bandy was one of my biggest influences in late 2016. I mean, he still kind of is. I'd like to think that I've kind of developed my own style of top 10. Like, this was the second ever top 10 that I made. Well, not including a Guitar Hero, but the second ever Mario-centered top 10 list that I made. And this was in November 2016. That's when I uploaded this, and at that point I was still like really into following Nathaniel Bandy, and his style of videos kind of seeped into this video. I mean, I used Movie Maker for crying out loud to make this video. Ain't that a bitch? And I was kind of hoping that Bandy would notice me. Just hoping just a little. I don't think he did, but...
Wait, why do you mention Bandy in this? I never noticed that.
You didn't notice that until now, huh? That's strange. This video's been out for 2 years.
You mentioned Bandy, Nathaniel Bandy?
Purple coins on the summit. Spoiling this now, you're not going to see very many purple coin missions in my list because overall they don't give me very much trouble. Some of them can...
That's minus... That's subtract a sin.
Oh, okay. You're giving it -1 sin. Well, thank you, Sugarbush.
Why does the star feel the need to shove a star mushroom in front of me? I don't need your extra help. I'm a big boy, I can take the challenge. The real hard part of the star is getting stuck on...
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. 100%, I'm a big boy. I can take the challenge. Legit. Every time I see the star mushroom in Mario Galaxy, I avoid it. It is like a literal distraction that I don't need, okay? I don't need the star mushroom. I never take it. That's just me.
on 96 or so coins, because I know that's happened to everyone at some point. But can you blame them? If 4 of those purple coins seem hard to find, that's because they actually are hard to find. My guess is they're all at the starting area.
It depends which 4 coins.
I suppose it does, but 90% of the time when I played this, the last 4 coins would end up being in the starting area.
Who was going to think of looking around those random spires in the middle of the...
Who wouldn't?
You, of course.
What? Well,
Okay, who was going to think of you, of course?
that's not that hard.
freezing pond. Didn't that mushroom guy just get done telling you not to look in there? Jeez.
Who's gonna notice that guy?
I did. I hope you did. I would think you did, actually. You noticed him just now. He's there. You know he's there. I'm pretty sure everyone noticed him. Well, everyone who was curious about the game and wanted to know all the little details. I mean, he does literally say that there are no purple coins in there. So I wouldn't bother looking there. Well, at least that should give you the incentive to not look in there.
Getting this star is so unreasonably hard that it just doesn't feel satisfying at all once I finally get it.
But it counts towards 100%.
I know. It does count towards 100%, but I'm gonna put it the way Nathaniel Bandy put one of his one of the stars in his Galaxy Top 10. When you get it, you're not in the mood to play Mario Galaxy anymore. That's how I feel about purple coins on the summit.
The Fire Flower is so dumb. I don't care that I can get ridiculous hang time with it. I don't care that I gotta shake both the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck for best results. But I do care that I can only use it for like 30 seconds. That wouldn't be much of a problem, and I can easily...
This is better than Mario Galaxy 2.
How is it better than Mario Galaxy 2? I don't get it. It's like the exact same power-up and basically the exact same game, just a sequel. How's it better than Mario Galaxy 2? Please explain that to me.
Get the hang time, but I can't get the air to clear that jump. If I spin, it doesn't boost me any higher. So you know what I gotta do? I gotta stop, go backward just a smidge, stop again, and then backflip, which, you know, takes time. The whole...
That is hard to comprehend.
It's hard to comprehend. Okay, well, I explained it to you in like 5 simple steps.
Me any higher. So you know what I gotta do? I gotta stop.
Stop.
Go backward just a smidge.
Go backward just a smidge.
Stop again.
Stop again.
And then backflip.
And then backflip. 4 easy steps to getting up that thing with the Fire Flower. Of course, I'd recommend not getting up there with the Fire Flower, not taking a Fire Flower up there anyway, but if you're stuck with it, if you can get from here to there with a Fire Flower intact, then you're good to go.
Which, you know, takes time. The whole
That is hard to comprehend.
area is full of snowmen that block your path, many of which hide sling stars. Yeah, that sounds familiar. The trouble is that it's 10 times...
Okay, I have no idea how that sounds familiar. That's just me reacting to my own point. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know.
harder to aim fireballs so that they hit the snowmen than to throw bob-ombs near piles of garbage. So oftentimes I...
What? Is that really the case?
Yes, it was for me. I mean, at least the game tells you where to put the bombs in the garbage dump. Oh, I wonder if you're complaining that that's a spoiler that the garbage dump star was not going to make this list. It did not make this list. I wonder if it'll make this list when I redo it.
I'd say it's 10 times harder to throw bombs at the garbage than it is to throw fireballs.
Alright, man. You do you.
Did you ever notice what you don't have to worry about in purple coins on the summit? Ice bats. You can't kill them by spinning against them. That just stuns them. All I can...
That's not that hard. Really.
What's not that hard? You literally... if you spin it, then you literally cannot kill them.
You can just avoid them if you need to.
The trouble with avoiding them is that they keep coming back. That's why I have to kill them in the first place.
Say is good luck hitting them with fireballs, but the boulders are the absolute worst.
Ooh, Java.
Boulders? Really?
Yes, really. Boulders. They're the absolute worst. They're the bane of my existence.
Alright. I found a way at the very beginning to get all the way up there.
One comes down every 10 seconds or so, but they're especially annoying the closer you get to reaching the summit.
That platform's there.
I get that that platform is there, but it's kind of hard to get up to the platform. Because if you're like this edge right there, this edge right here, if you go too far off, you fall off this edge. But if you're like too close to, this line, imaginary line right here, where the boundary should be, you could get hit by the rock. Okay? And that does not sound like a fun way to die.
That pathway is so narrow that getting hit by a boulder is as good as an instant death, basically. And let's not forget that you have 30 seconds to burn that snowman so you can get out of that part.
And I know I said 30 seconds in this top 10, but I think it's actually 20 seconds, and I adjusted it accordingly when I made my Galaxy 2 top 10.
This is where the starships are. You'll have to ride the moving platforms up and down in order to get them, being careful not to fall in. Also, try not to get too fancy in this area because you do run the risk of getting flattened by two opposing rotating platforms. Trust me, it does not look pretty.
I've never been flattened in my entire life on this.
Okay. Legit here, if you get caught here between this part and this part, within here, it can flatten you. It actually happened to me a couple times. Legit.
Maybe the dev team got it right by not making this the Daredevil Comet mission, and I can tell you that if it was, then it would have come very close to cracking the top spot in this list.
Well, if you had to play the whole level.
Yeah, I know. If you play the whole level, but then again, that boss by itself, I ended up getting hit more times than one on just about every time I attempt this star. So, yeah, it'll be very hard for me to complete the star if they had made it the Daredevil Comet. Even with this boss alone, that would be very difficult.
But once you gather all the star chips and launch our mustachioed hero to the other section of the level, then the real fun begins. No star chips, no question mark coins, and probably no star bits either. Just Bubble Mario all the way to the goal. While turning sharp corners, being chased by bullet bills, distracted by more coins everywhere, tantalized by one-up mushrooms, almost pinched by rotating walls, annoyed by the unfittingness of the BGM, you can't take your time here.
But there's not as much electric thing.
I was waiting 2 minutes while I was watching, I was waiting 2 minutes for a correction. What do you mean there's nothing there? There's far fewer electric fences? Okay, there might be, but there's a lot more obstacles other than electric fences there, I would say. I mean, bullet bills coming at you, walls that can literally pinch you, again with a pinching thing. Yeah, I'd be hot on my toes if I were Mario in this situation.
You're not gonna get this star the very first time you play it. I sure as hell didn't.
I was waiting for you to say, but what if I did?
You might notice that I'm not discussing these levels as if I'm ranting on them. Let me remind you that this is my favorite Mario game of all time, and as such, I generally don't get frustrated by these levels, mainly because I've played them so damn frequently to the point where I can basically beat even the hardest levels first try.
I know you're gonna say something here, but I want to get it off my chest first. Yes, I do get frustrated with this game. Only sometimes, though, but still. And only sometimes can I get these hardest stars first try. And yes, again, going back to what I said at the very beginning of the video, getting my ability to get any star whenever I want. Okay, go ahead and say what you want to say.
Luigi's purple coins is certainly no different.
Oh, nothing?
Though I would have to agree that it is the trickiest purple coin mission in the game. It is made entirely out of shrinking platforms, rotating platforms, and a poison swamp. Is this why people are into Luigi all of a sudden? Because he has a crazy hard level modeled after him? And I don't see why this...
No, that's not the reason.
Thank you for clarifying that. I mean, I was wondering why everyone was so into Luigi all of a sudden. And I literally thought that this game might have been the start of having something to do with it. Okay, but everyone's been telling me ever since my Mario 3D World top 10 or top 25 that they only did the 8-bit Luigi thing because it was the year of Luigi, 2013, and I suppose I should have did my homework on that. I did end up completing New Super Luigi U 100%, but not on camera. I might end up doing it for YouTube later, on a Let's Play.
level should top any top...
And I don't even think that people are into Luigi more than Mario.
Well, they certainly were back in 2013. I wonder if, but even then, I think people are still way too into Luigi. I mean, I think actually Nintendo might be way into Luigi ever since that that game trailer of some sort. I don't know what it was for, with Luigi actually dying and the internet losing their shit. Oh my god. That was crazy. And I just wanted to avoid it.
I'm certainly not.
Top 10 of this nature. The timer is not an issue. If you were paranoid to rush through the level, you could just spin after every jump for extra accuracy and you'd still get the 100th coin with at least a minute left. By the way, spinning helps out a lot towards the beginning of the level where you need a trail to lead you to the power star once you trigger it. But that's not the issue either, nor is it the hazards that surround you. No, the hardest part of this level is the godforsaken camera.
No, not at all.
Not at all? Not at all. The hardest, the camera is not an issue for you. Like, had they made Luigi's Purple Coin Chaos with this kind of camera, that star would have been damn near impossible.
It might just be me, but something tells me that the developers left the camera like this on purpose.
The hardest part, in my opinion, is the shrinking platforms.
Just to incite a positive reaction from the gaming community when they finally fixed it for Luigi's Purple Coin Chaos in Galaxy 2. Because otherwise that star might have been damn near impossible.
Just like I said. Right there. Had they not fixed the camera as such for Luigi's Purple Coin Chaos, that star would have been damn near impossible. I might never have completed it. It might have been, like, easily number 2 in my book.
Especially with all those cosmic clones tailing our plumber who likes the Blackhawks. Or stars. Anyway, if there were any fewer coins in this mission, say instead of 150 there were a total of 130.
I was hoping you were actually going to react to the hockey bit. I don't know why I put it there. Man, I need water. I don't know why I included an image of hockey players and overlaid Mario and Luigi's faces over them. That was kind of random, and I was hoping you were gonna nitpick that.
Then I might have thought about putting this one a smidge higher on this list, but as it stands, there are a few stars that are more horrifyingly ridiculous to get than this one. Like the next one.
Spoiler alert.
No. No! 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 This guy, aside from being a ghost in a shark skeleton or something along those lines, is my worst nightmare. The underwater control...
Is it really just hard? Is it really just a nightmare, or is it actually hard?
It is actually hard. And it's a nightmare. It's a ghost, for fuck's sake. I'd say this was... I'd say I'd had a lot more difficulty with this one than with Bouldergeist. Just because it was an underwater level and you could barely control yourself even with the shell, and you could barely shoot the shell accurately. Like, I had so much difficulty trying to shoot the shell accurately with this. So, it's a nightmare, and it's hard.
During the fight, he summons loads upon loads of Mario-seeking fishbones that want nothing more to do than to chow on our 55-star plumber.
Alright. Fair enough.
I have to get dangerously close to him before I shoot, but even then I miss half my shots, and regardless of whether I hit him or not, a fishbone usually ends up catching me as well. I told you, I don't need your star mushroom. Nope, still don't need it. You'd think he'd crumble after 3 hits, but no. He just calls upon even more fishbones and they all start swimming faster. How many coins are in this level anyways? Like, 3?
Okay, I remember the time, like, one YouTube commenter got super mad at me for saying anyways instead of anyway. I'm like, what do you want me to fucking do about it? Literally re-record the narration? I can't do that!
There's a point where you can pick up a red shell, and I hear the red shells are supposed to home in on your target, but I swear, every red shell I throw misses. Maybe it has to do with the autopilot that kicks in once you pick up shell underwater, or...
I think it's just luck.
Probably is just luck. You're probably right on that.
Maybe it's my inability to tell what straight is, but I always dread playing this level, especially when I play as Luigi. You gotta watch how close you are to Kingpin or his baddies.
Why especially Luigi?
Because Luigi loses a lot more air when he's underwater versus Mario. Did you not know that? Luigi loses a lot more air when he's underwater than Mario does. Especially when he does a spin move.
What's very different about Luigi?
Well, back in my middle school years, using the ever-so-gimmicky Wii Remote sensor thing without Motion Plus to have Mario atop a rolling ball rolling through...
Why'd you break those other bricks?
Because I wanted to. Simple as that. And actually, I was trying to collect all the coins, which I ended up doing in a later video. Like, way after I did that top 10. I was actually, I think I randomly tried to collect all the coins here, which I think I did.
gizmos, gears, and gadgets, without railings, being flung into moving platforms everywhere, across tight rollways, having to avoid bombs that rocket you into the sky if you hit them, and resisting the temptation to go for that one-up at the very end was so hard that it would definitely...
That temptation is not bad.
It kind of was, actually. I was like, I had all those coins. I really didn't want to lose them all by dying, but that one up there was kind of rather difficult to get to. So I tried it once, failed, and I said, fuck it.
Lava Spire Daredevil Run.
What? Isn't this the number 1?
When did I ever say this was number 1? I don't get this. Please explain.
What are the other 2?
What are the other 2? Well, you'll just have to watch to find out, I guess.
Why isn't this one on number 1? I found this one to be very hard.
Oh, you found this one to be very hard. Okay. Well, I made this list, dude. If I thought this was the 3rd hardest, I put it as a 3rd hardest.
With just 1 bar of life, it's easy to accidentally run into a fire bastard, stand on a sinking platform for too long, get hit by a hot air geyser type thing, get stuck in the volcano.
Yeah, this one took me like 20 or 30 tries to beat it, recently.
Okay.
More fire bastards, more geysers.
The fire bastards are the worst.
You and I both here.
Some unstable platforms that give way as soon as you touch them, and of course, the lava spire. The whole course must be played in 1 run in order to be successful.
Why do you die like that?
I was trying to I was trying to discover a shortcut of some sort. I thought like I'd seen a video previously of a guy actually traversing across this volcano to get somewhere more quickly. So I tried that and I failed.
This is the only Daredevil level in which you have to play the entirety of the original level, which makes it one of my favorites in the series, along with Boomsday Machine or Mini Planet. The only difference is that this one is completely devoid of checkpoints, which makes losing here all the more agonizing.
If you play this game, this image will be burned in your retina.
Whose voice is that?
It's the fucking nerd! The fucking nerd! When he was like reviewing the Silver Surfer. And I just replaced the that stock photo of the Silver Surfer like doing something along the lines of T-bowing or something every time he lost a life. The trouble is that the Silver Surfer is actually fucking difficult. So he's saying that every time you're gonna die a lot, which means you're gonna end up seeing that image of the Silver Surfer a lot. And so I liken that to this star here because it's so fucking difficult. Because every time you lose on a Daredevil comet, you're greeted with that image. If you play this game, this image will be burned into your retina.
If you play this...
Perfect run of Mario Galaxy 1? Maybe.
No way. Perfect run is way harder.
I was trying to compare this star to... What I was trying to do here is compare this star to the perfect run of Mario Galaxy 2 because you basically have to complete a whole level under the influence of the Daredevil comet. And no checkpoints either.
At least 10 times.
But this is only number 3 on my list, and I have a feeling that I'll surprise many of you with my final 2 picks. You know what level I always dread playing in every new school Mario game ever? The final boss. Oh.
What? Okay, maybe the credits are hard.
The credits are the worst. Like, they always take 5 whole minutes to complete. Well, in this game, they take 5 minutes. And I think in Mario Galaxy 2, they also took 5 minutes. You couldn't skip them either. That's kind of why I dread playing them.
Final boss is not hard. At least the battle itself.
God, am I gonna have to watch an obligatory ridiculous endgame sequence and 5-minute credit roll that I can't skip out of for whatever reason? It's so draining. But at least we have a somewhat entertaining final boss mission to make up for it. To defeat Bowser once and for all, Mario must infiltrate Bowser's galaxy reactor, wherein the fate of the universe is quite literally in...
I mean, you should have expected a surprise. I did say I was gonna surprise many of you with my final 2 picks, so... Is that a correction, or is that like a nitpick? And do I get a sin for that?
Okay, what the fuck? How do I get up the... Oh, the road to Bowser is the hardest part by far, actually. This is probably
No, that planet is.
the 1 star that...
Yeah, the tower planet is. That's why I say the road to Bowser is the most difficult part. That planet and the planet right before are the bane of my existence.
Best exemplifies Bowser wanting you dead. I mean, look at this. There's so many ways to slip up that there's hardly any room for error. These ice blocks can only help you for 6 seconds, then they disappear. I hope to God that that blue stuff is ice.
No, it is like lava.
Come on! I was 100% convinced my whole life that it is ice. You cannot tell me that is cooled you cannot tell me that is blue lava. I was not expecting to see blue lava in this game, and I don't think I did either. Like, I saw a lot of blue lava in Mario 3D World, but that is not blue lava. That is fucking ice. Dude! You cannot tell me I've been fooled my entire life by this.
The lava platform and the stone platform are there just to push you away from the goal and make you panic. Pure platforming at its finest. I still cannot figure out how to get past those fire bars without taking a hit.
Well, now I can, so.
I figured it out once.
So did I.
This Tower-like planet can fuck off. But hey, you finally get to see the princess. Yeah, about that thing you wanted to give me, Peach?
Don't know why I said that either.
Good grief, he wants Mario deader than dead. But of course he was no match for me. I ate fireballs for breakfast.
I beat this battle first try when I was very young once I made it to the boss.
Good for you.
You unlock the grand finale galaxy, which throws one final test at you. See if you can collect 100 purple coins. Okay. While being distracted by a whole army of mushroom guys, kitty penguins, waste machines, galactic rabbits, talking signs, space candies, and a nice view of Peach's castle with no sign of Peach anywhere.
I'm just waiting, dying to hear what you have to say about this. This was like my most devious thing in a top 10. The first, like, real devious thing in a top 10 that I ever did.
But didn't she invite Mario into the castle for cake?
Why are you being negative about all this?
God damn it. How do I explain this? I guess I felt like being funny here, or something like that, or just trying to mess with you, like, just trying to send a message that my top 10s are not going to be your usual top 10s.
Doesn't it look nice? Doesn't the view look nice?
Not really. In 2018, not really.
Can you say anything positive?
No. I cannot say anything positive. I kind of shit on things. That's kind of what I do.
Literally 120 stars earlier? When does Mario get his cake?
When does Mario get his cake?
So you get all the coins and arrive at the door to the castle only to find out it's closed. And you get stopped by a mushroom guy who threatens to stuff your non-existent...
Existent. I found it on the Wii U. It's there. Don't pay attention to me ever again.
What? It's not. That's not a threat, and it's not existence.
God. Oh my God. Why did I do that?
Message board with a photo that
It's
really has no
existence.
explanation. Alright,
I'm sorry.
the
What
first
were
time.
you
It's not
saying?
existence.
Message board with a photo that
It's
really has no
existence.
Okay. Yep. You're right. It is existent. Just like I said. Just now. I mean, right now. Yeah. Not in this video, but now.
explanation. Alright, I heard you the first time. Jeez. Just wanted to make sure you're actually watching this video. But in all seriousness, the actual #1 hardest star to get in Super Mario Galaxy...
That's why. Because I wanted to make sure you were actually watching that video. You were like, I wanted to, like, catch all of you off guard. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, of course it's not the hardest star. Why would the Star Festival ever be the hardest star in Mario Galaxy?
is the underground ghost ship.
That took me like one try.
But hold on to your seat.
This is easier than the Ghost Ship regular star, because
Look at you got the Ghost Ship regular star. What are you talking about? The underground ghost ship.
this level is shorter.
The underground ghost ship is not shorter. I told you, hold on to your seat.
And plus, Top Maniac Daredevil Run is actually harder than this one as well.
What are you talking about? You cannot be serious. Top Maniac? Are you correcting my video? Are you really correcting my video, or are you just, like, nitpicking on it? Are you, like, giving me sins? I feel like this is an everything wrong with parody, disguised as a minor correction video. You should really think about making an everything wrong with video. I would love to see your attempt to do that. I mean, I've been waiting on another one of my fans' everything wrong with equals Peach parody. I've been waiting to see that for about 3 months now, but hasn't come up, and I don't feel like gassing him because I don't know.
Well, this is like actually like practically the easiest Daredevil run for me, I will admit.
How?
Because it took me one try.
Doesn't matter if it took you one try. If it's still super nerve-wracking and made you fear of dying every time you played it ever since then yeah, I think that's pretty difficult
To beat it.
Daredevil run. Did any of you know this was coming? Would you ever have thought that to this day it still takes me a good 4 or 5 attempts to get the star?
That's really not that bad.
Were you talking about a guy who's played Mario Galaxy his whole life? Then, and who constantly says that he's super good at it to the point where he can basically get any star he wants whenever he wants. If you're talking about that, then 4 or 5 attempts is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
The only thing you do is hop on the ghost ship and fight Camilla, but there's a shitload of star bits underneath the ship that you might want to grab before hopping on.
Why? To get...
Because it gets you extra lives! Like, I don't want to get a game over. That's why I recommend getting star bits. The more star bits you collect, the more lives you get. And therefore, the fewer game overs you get. Wouldn't that be, like, amazing to never get a game over every time you play this game? I mean, Nintendo's finally figured it out in 2017 with Super Mario Odyssey. Like, this is the best thing ever!
You get 1-ups?
You know, just in case.
Oh, you figured it out! Oh, okay.
With so little space to work with in the second half of the battle, more like the other 3/4, I have no choice but to flail around helplessly just to avoid all that fire. Look at this!
So much fire!
Sure, you can take out one of the Magic Koopas, but take too long to defeat her afterward.
That's not nearly as much fire as like on Melty Molten Galaxy.
Oh no, that's a shitload of fire. And doesn't matter if you're comparing it to whatever. If there's fire coming at you from everywhere, it's a shitload of fire.
I tell you, I was more than ready to throw in the towel after giving her the 3rd hit my first time through. But no, it turns out you have to hit her a total of 4 times. Jeez, don't you think that's asking you a bit much? This is like the perfect run on fucking crystal meth.
That is not even close.
God damn. Oh my god. Not even close. Well, what do I tell you? You got like a super hard boss to defeat. I mean, she starts out okay, but once you get to the poop deck, the difficulty escalates by 11. It goes up to 11. That's the crystal meth part.
Alright? That is dead wrong. Perfect Run is so much harder than...
Okay, the Perfect Run may be harder, but this is like Mario Galaxy, where I don't think the devs were actually keen on testing the the skills of their players. That came in Mario Galaxy 2. So I don't think any star in this galaxy is indeed any more difficult than the Perfect Run, but that's not to say I've had like super huge frustration in like getting some of these stars.
You have only one job, but you have to be perfect, and given how easy it is to get hit, especially in the latter half of the battle, this is probably the most well-deserved star this game has to offer. And that's all I have to say about that. Ooh, what's that sling star doing down there? You know, I'm not gonna take this.
Oh, you're done? Not gonna react to my bonus? I love your video. In fact, I was having a bit of trouble finding corrections to your video. ASM test in Mario 64 DS. Oh, okay, so he's primarily Mario player. Well, this is gonna take a bitload of editing, but here's a channel link for Sugarbush, the guy who reeled this video. I mean, I had like a mighty fun time reacting to it. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this this link in the description so you can check this guy out and hopefully wait for his reaction to my top 10 of Mario Galaxy 2, alright? But for now, this has been Eagles Peach signing off. Bye.